Hello everyone, hope you are doing well. Thank you guys for being here. We are going to get a collective reading done, just see what comes out using some oracle cards and some tarot. I've already pre-shuffled the cards, so we're not going to spend too much time doing that, and just take it if it resonates. If you don't find that these messages resonate with you, just leave it behind. And with all that being said, if you like this video, please do give it a thumbs up. That would be greatly appreciated. Okay, so let's see, collective, what you need to hear. What are the messages for the collective when they're watching this video? Okay, so your first card, oh, it's upside down. I thought I double checked. That's interesting. So the man, number 28, masculine male figure, quarant. So could be yourself or it could be somebody showing up for you here. It's interesting because that was in reverse, but I'm not going to take it in reverse. Or, you know, we'll see. We'll try to remember that it was in reverse if we need to. Okay, we've got the bird, number 12, could be significant. So it says excitement, I think. Let me see. Excitement, chatter, and anxiety. Okay. Number 7 could also be significant for you. Okay, so maybe there's some gossip surrounding a masculine in your life or somebody. What was that? We've got the club, number 11. Conflict, opposition, and drama. Okay. Interesting. So there's some sort of drama, some sort of gossip or chatter going on, either in regards to a masculine that's in your life or a masculine is doing this to you. Place it where it fits, but there's conflict here. There's some sort of opposition. Interesting. Bottom of the deck, the cross, conviction, suffering, and burden. So somebody's feeling burdened here. Okay, let's see what this tarot is going to tell us, because this is kind of interesting energy showing up here. All right, collective, let's see what this is all about. We're going to just pull the spread and then we'll start clarifying these cards. What does the collective need to know? What was that? Wow, 10 of Swords. Libra, Gemini, Aquarius. Okay. Brutal ending. Could be directly related to this masculine energy showing up here. Even if you're a masculine, you could have had a falling out or a betrayal or a brutal ending with maybe a father figure or just a masculine in general. Let's see, what else? Page of Wands, Leo, Sagittarius, Aries. Hermit, Virgo. First major arcana to show up here. Okay. King of Swords, Libra, Gemini, Aquarius. Interesting. Let's keep going. This looks like it's in reverse. Oh, 10 of Pentacles. Okay. Interesting. Let's see what's at the bottom of the deck. Justice, Libra energy, and the World. We've got fixed sign energy. Have to cover her up a little bit because she's naked. All right. So yeah, there's some closing out of a cycle here. I feel like whatever ending has occurred here, there's a lot of gossip. There's a lot of anxiety surrounding this. It's caused some sort of drama and conflict. Now, I do see with this betrayal, you're shining the light on something new here. This quiet energy that you've maybe had to put yourself in to reflect about something here. There's a Page of Wands energy. I feel like that could be yourself, or it could be the person that you were leaving behind. It's directly related to something that you've maybe built with this person, with the 10 of Pentacles. We'll see. Let's clarify all this. This King of Swords is somebody who is showing me an energy of separation, divorce, an authority figure here. We did see the Justice card, so that could definitely be the closing out of a marriage or a contract. There's definitely anxiety attached to this with a male masculine energy. Okay, what's this 10 of, whoa, 10 of Swords, please. What's the 10 of Swords? Libra, Gemini, Aquarius. Wow. 5 of Wands just flipped out. We've got Leo, Sagittarius, Aries here. There's that drama. There's that conflict, that petty games being played surrounded this ending, this betrayal. Let's get one more on that. Knight of Cups, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. Somebody's wanting to make amends, wanting to come back around and express some sort of apology, possibly an apology. Let's see. Let's keep going. We're going to pull all these cards. What's the Page of Wands? Wow, 4 of Wands. This is directly in regards to a marriage, something that you shared with somebody, some sort of foundation that you built with someone. Wow, 10 of Cups, 8 of Cups. Wow, Pisces energy, heavy Pisces. So this is a marriage or a home, a partnership that you walked away from emotionally. Those 10 of Cups just no longer felt satisfying here. There's something here talking about emotionally feeling disconnected from this connection. There was a betrayal. There was some sort of argument, disagreement, a lot of conflict and chaos, okay, with this 5 of Wands. I feel like this person is trying to chase you. There's some kind of message that they may have sent you after you walked away, whether it was an apology. I feel like you're in this hermit energy, shining the light on the truth about what their intentions are. They're coming in as like a very young, immature energy here. They don't have to be younger than you, but they very well could be. However, this is somebody who's just not showing me a maturity that I would want to see here. They are showing up in a masculine energy, though. And what's telling me that there's a major difference in the two of you is that you're the hermit. You're somebody who is wise beyond your years. You're somebody who is very mature, very deep. And I feel like you are dealing with somebody who's just not on your level. They're very much an attention seeker. There's somebody who is very much younger, like mature-wise, they're not at your level. I'll say that. This is somebody I feel like who likes to draw you into fights. They like to push your buttons to get you to walk away and see how many times they can reel you back in. Let's see, what's the Hermit? Yeah, I feel like you decide, yeah, the Hermit. You're angry about this, Libra, Gemini, Aquarius. You feel like you have been betrayed. You feel like you wanted to express your anger in some way. There's this energy of feeling like aggressive, like you just, I don't know, there's something here, some sort of truth that you've expressed that you just couldn't hold your tongue anymore. I feel like they kind of brought you down to their level in some way. You kind of, like I said, they could have pressed your buttons in some way, brought you some drama, some chaotic energy, and they got you out of character. You're usually this wise hermit, somebody who kind of sticks to themselves, but they got you right where they wanted you. And I feel like they're kind of enjoying the fact that they got you to come back in an aggressive manner, perhaps, or to get out of character. This is somebody that you could have been engaged to, married to, somebody that you were expecting to have stability with, have children with, have a foundation with, but I feel like you've emotionally disconnected. There's this energy of feeling like they just don't do it for you. Okay, at one time, maybe, yes, but this person brings you the 5 of Wands, the drama. This is the fifth one that they bring to this stability, that foundation that the two of you may have tried to build. They come in with a lot of immature energy, and it brings in this drama, this conflict. And I feel like you're just you feel betrayed by this. They may feel betrayed by you as well for saying something that was a little bit the harsh truth. I'll say that because you're in the King of Swords. You've stood your ground. You see the truth about the situation. You've gone deep within with the Hermit energy here. Give me more on this Knight of Swords. What did you say to this person? What did you say to this person? You spoke the truth, but you stood up for your freedom. There's something here that you had to be forced to sit in a masculine energy. It doesn't matter what gender you are, Leo, Sagittarius, Aries, but you had to sit back and really show them kind of like who's boss here, okay? This person could have been stifling your dreams, your creative abilities. They could have been just in this negative energy. I feel like their energy and their aura is very domineering. Like this is somebody who maybe while you're working on something, they side-eye you. They're somebody who genuinely doesn't really support you or see, like you just don't see that support that you would expect from a partnership. And I feel like that's something that you are no longer allowing. They're not going to stifle your dreams or your ambitions. You're looking at the investments of love that you made with this person, but you're also looking back and reflecting on the conflict, on the drama. Like I said, there's some sort of opposition that this person had with you. It's like they were in competition with you in some way. They could have been a Pisces. There's an energy of them being very self-serving, putting their own emotions before anyone else's. As long as their emotions are met and happy. And we saw the cross here at the end, talking about having conviction through suffering and something that feels like a burden. So you could have felt quite depleted, quite done when you stepped out of this energy. What is the King of Swords here? I feel like you've spoken your truth. You're not mincing words. You're sitting in your power. You're very much showing like an authoritative energy here where you're not backing down. You're not taking crap from anybody. Yeah, I feel like you've seen the truth about this person. You've shunned the light on their BS, on their games, on their flighty energy, their desire to always be the center of attention. Somebody who tries to get you to stoop to their level. What's the King of Swords? Whoa. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Okay, yeah. Two of Cups. Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. This is definitely something that you are divorcing from. It's become too heavy to carry. It's something that you didn't expect would be this heavy in the end. I feel like you had really good intentions, but this person just didn't work with you. And we've got Aquarius with the star. I can't show it because she's also naked, but Aquarius with the star here. This talks about you leaving it up to the universe. You're looking to the future. You're making plans to expand on your own. You're taking that wand. You've made the choice already. Now you're waiting for something to bring you the 10 of Pentacles, bring you stability, bring you equal give and take, bring you a partner who's going to respect you. You're laying down those burdens. You're saying it's done. Look at that, the Three of Swords. There's that pain, there's that suffering that we saw. This person quite literally left you feeling dead, dead inside. You could have even mentally, yes, felt sick or felt depleted, but you could have even, stopped taking care of yourself at some point, like physically. I see you here in the energy of the star, Aquarius. You are healing, you're releasing, you're so vulnerable in this healing too, because you're naked. You're pouring all of your emotions out into the universe, and you're allowing it to be released from your own body. Okay, so that's also revealing to me that you're releasing all this negative energy, all this what could feel very like it's weighed you down, right, with the 10 of Wands. So you could even be feeling much better, like a lighter load. You could be feeling healthier. And I feel like you're turning your back on this person forever. You're not looking back, you're looking to the future. This is somebody who felt like a soulmate to you. There was at a time equal give and take, equal respect, equal love, equal desire to build the 10 of Cups. But I feel like at some point, someone checked out of this. There was too much drama. There was other people involved, outside influences. This person gave you an apology time and time again. I feel like words just fell short. This is somebody who liked to be with friends, liked to be out, liked to be complimented by other people. What's this 10 of Pentacles? The 10 of Pentacles tells me here that you're moving in a direction of marriage, stability, partnership, legacy. Could even be opening up a business with somebody here. What is this 10 of Pentacles for the collective? What is this 10 of Pentacles? Oh my gosh. 6 of Wands, victory, success. After that 5 of Wands comes the 6 of Wands, okay? This person tried to get you to fight for them, fight for their attention. They used to make you even feel like you were in competition with other people. Like you said, forget that. This is done. You felt betrayed by this person. You feel like they maybe put other people ahead of you. Yeah, you're finding victory elsewhere. You're coming out of that drama, that conflict, that anxiety, and it's bringing you excitement with all these wands. You're starting in a new direction. Remember, we saw the King of Wands. You're standing in king energy throughout this whole reading, and this person keeps showing up in page energy, knight energy. You've only shown up as a knight once, and that's when they got you out of character briefly, and you had to stand up for yourself. You had to say something sharp or very honest that maybe hurt them in some way, but I feel like it was time that your words, you took action on whatever you said, because this person played games with you. They thought you weren't going to stand up for yourself or divorce or separate yourself entirely, but you ended this. The load became too heavy. You dropped those burdens, you dropped those obligations, responsibilities tied to this partnership, and you gave it back to the universe. And I feel you're still hopeful. This is a card of hoping for the future, being hopeful, but it's also a wish fulfillment coming in. What is the 6 of Wands, 10 of Pentacles? Wow, Queen of Pentacles in reverse. I feel like you've had to be very focused on your material world. This is something about you always having to take care of others, you always having to be the one who is ignoring love, true love, because you've had to be the responsible parent, the responsible caregiver, the responsible wife or husband. Take it as it resonates for you. I feel like whoever you're meeting here, this person, whoever your partner is, because the King and the Queen of Pentacles sits in this 10 of Pentacles, the King and the Queen. So it's like you're finding victory in this connection, but you're no longer ignoring your heart. You're no longer putting love on the back burner. I feel like this person allows you to take a time out. Yes, you bring enough to the table with them, but I feel like you've done all the planning. There's that 2 of Wands that comes before the 3 of Wands that we saw. Yeah, right there. See what's at the other end? Yeah, the 4 of Cups. I feel like you've had to be so focused on planning for the future and planning for your stability and going after your career or your material world, the things that excite you, to get creative, to get going, that you've been ignoring love. You've been focused on past heartbreak. You've been focused on the disappointments of people that you've loved, people that you've shown love to. You felt rejected in some way. So I feel like with this Queen of Pentacles in reverse, whoever you're having this victory with, they're allowing you to take a back seat in some regard. Like, what I mean is they're allowing you to focus more on your heart space, to not have to be the one that everybody expects to do all the work, expects to, do all the daily chores. It's like they give you a break. And when it's reversed, it can talk about you being unreliable or just being up in your head about, materialistic things. But I feel like with this Queen of Pentacles in reversed, maybe in the past you've been focused on how you're being viewed materially, or in a materialistic way in those aspects of life. And I feel like spiritually, you're saying, I'm done with that. I don't know. There's something here about you're no longer going to be sacrificing at the expense of your own happiness. You understand? Like, there's something here that you are recognizing. You have this victory because you fought through something here, and you're not going to let somebody put you in this backward energy again. Give me more on this Queen of Pentacles in reverse. Whoa. Look at that. The Lovers and the 3 of Pentacles. Yeah. You're no longer allowing somebody to make you sacrifice, to compromise, to constantly be the one in charge, to constantly lead. You're no longer letting a love connection, whether it's present, past, future, you're no longer compromising that kind of behavior. Okay, to sacrifice your happiness just for the sake of family or just for the sake of what's expected of you. I feel like you're not going to be mincing words. You're going to be very, clear about what it is that you're willing to accept in this legacy that you're building with somebody here. This is a soulmate that's coming around. This is something that's divinely timed. You could meet this person through work endeavors or just, again, I see you rebuilding with somebody here. You do work really well together as a team. This is somebody that the divine has brought you in partnership with. And I feel like they recognize the difficulty you've had to fight through. And I feel like you're not playing any games with them. You're showing them from the jump that you are somebody who's not going to allow to take control of you again in a way that this person might have, okay? Ace of Pentacles, King of Pentacles. There's your divine counterpart right there. This person is offering you this opportunity to trust them. They're reliable, they're loyal. This is a Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo. You could even be those earth signs. The major arcanas that are showing up here that we have, horoscope-wise or zodiac-wise, is Virgo. We have Aquarius and Gemini. But they could be any signs, you guys. We've got air energy, fire, cups. We've got everything here. Pentacles are here. So all the elements are here. I feel like this is a very grounded connection. There's a lot of fire and passion between you and this person. There is, of course, difficulty between the two of you at some point in this connection. But the fact that they're showing up with the Ace of Pentacles, this person is offering you stability. They're offering you something real, something solid, something that the two of you can grow together. Okay, this person is bringing you that pentacle to make the Four of Pentacles, which is the foundation that has been laid, a strong foundation. And that's what you guys build upon to get to this Ten of Pentacles. I feel like you can trust this person. This is somebody that's not going to play games. They're very protective. I feel like they will protect you. And I feel like you're sitting in this reversal because you're showing them, I am the same as you. I can be there to support, to bring, a comfort level, nurturing, loving stability to this partnership, to this family, to this home. But I'm no longer going to do what I've done in the past and sacrifice my own happiness. At the cost of my happiness, I'm not going to only invest in one aspect of this. I feel like you want the ability to be creative, to create with others. Give me more on this Queen of Pentacles in reverse. You are a good team worker, but I feel like you're saying, I'm no longer going to put love on the back burner. I'm going to listen to my heart and not ignore it as I've done in the past. You want a chance to not be the one that everyone has to rely on, or you want to have the chance for yourself to rely on somebody the way you've been relied upon, okay? Yeah, Two of Pentacles. You've always had to balance. You've always had to juggle, not drop the ball. And emotionally, you've been ignoring all those emotions, the emotional roller coaster that's been going up and down in the background, just trying not to drop the ball on something here. And it's been going on forever. I feel like this is like a cycle you've been in forever, whether it was just with this one person in a long-term connection, or it's multiple partners that you've had this kind of energy with. Yeah. You've taken the time to sit in the single energy. This could be your energy right now, Pisces energy here. Hanged Man and the Nine of Pentacles. You're single. You're growing your pentacles on your own. You're taking care of business. You are trying to take a pause as well, not to rush into love, not to rush into looking for that Ten of Pentacles, looking for that partnership who's going to bring, that same level of effort, because you can do this on your own. You don't need anybody else to really get to this Ten of Pentacles, but I feel like they do show up. Yeah, it's been very hard for you to kind of see the truth about how strong you've had to be. You can see that infinity symbol above her head like we see here. You've been constantly balancing things out. You've been constantly trying to be fair, trying to see other people's perspectives, but this is enlightenment that you are having here, to be strong for yourself. Stop resisting your heart, your feelings. We've got Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. There's a King of Cups here that is watching you. I feel like it could be this person because they were in the Knight of Cups energy. Maybe they've leveled up in some way here. They're watching you because you guys were in the 10 of Cups. That talks about the Queen and the King of Cups. I feel like they're emotionally thinking about you. They're probably seeing you in this 9 of Pentacles, independent energy where you're very successful on your own. Interesting. Wounded warrior. Sorry, my stomach is making noise over here. Yeah, there's your King of Pentacles. And doesn't matter about the gender, you can flip it if you need to. This King of Pentacles is coming only after, like, look at all the cards that are in between you as the wounded warrior, somebody who has had a fight in front of them. There's so many cards in between the two of you. So until you meet this person, and they have a gentle heart. This is just somebody who is very focused on their material world. They're very much, they could be a business owner. Between the two of you, I feel like maybe they're even going through some sort of difficulty. But look at these two aces that sit between the two of you. Ace of Swords, Ace of Wands. There's a lot of passion. There's a lot of intellectual stimulation between the two of you. You may meet this person through work or through friendship. There's a lack here of feeling supported in some way. I feel like you maybe even know this person already. Maybe you've seen them around, or this is somebody that you have some sort of level of awareness. With the Page of Swords, you've learned about them in some way, maybe through friends, through work. Maybe this is somebody you've known in the past who wants to communicate something new with you here. You could have had an ending with this person in the past, actually, because they're showing up behind them is this energy of the Three of Swords, the Page of Cups, and the King of Pentacles. This is somebody you could have had an ending with in the past because they've got that Ace of Pentacles right there. So this is this new energy here that I'm seeing. Either they want to offer you some sort of reconciliation, apology, heartfelt message, or this is somebody who is experiencing their own heartbreak while you're getting ready to meet this person. This is interesting. Okay. Let's see if we can get, you know what? Let's close it out with, let's get some advice here. Bear with me. Or you know what? Let's see what this has to say. These are those romance oracle messages. I've already pre-shuffled all the decks, but let's just see if there's any messages here. What are the messages for the collective? Do they need to know? Not enough. Lacking confidence, self-sabotage, ego and fear, and frustrations. Yeah, this person could have made you feel this energy, like you weren't enough. I feel like karma is coming, or we saw the Justice card, if I'm not mistaken, earlier. There's something here about, I feel like their ego and fear is now hitting them. Give me more. What else? I feel like you build up your confidence. Whatever they tried to stop, you build it up right here. Okay, and you're in that Nine of Pentacles too. We've got Sword and Rose, clarity and truth, revelations, honor and protection, and determination. Yeah, this is you in that Knight of Swords energy. You're determined to speak your truth. Whatever you've learned in the darkness and your silence, you've gained clarity and truth, and you're using that sword to express whatever it is here that made you unhappy or made you feel like you were being played here in some way. You had a lot of love for this person. I definitely see that. Give me more. I feel like they had a mutual love for you, but this is somebody who is not somebody you could rely on. This is somebody that, like I said, like to put you in competition, like to make you feel anxious. They weren't happy for your achievements for some reason. Sunglasses, wondering, looking, perception, and stalking. So this person could be watching you at this time, watching you move on, watching you heal. Okay, what's going on with this Ten of Pentacles? Message for the Ten of Pentacles, please. Wow, look at that. Date. Get back out there, meeting someone new, setting a date online. So you could be meeting this person online. Wow, okay. Let's get one for a good luck. What was that? Oh my gosh. Healing heart. Healing heartbreak, toxicity or addiction, abusive relationship. How interesting is that? Because I realized I only got 4 of those cards. The chaser, fear of abandonment, chasing and codependencies, and karmic relationship, resentments and triggers, perception, intensity, and letting go, turmoil and fleeting. Yeah, I feel like this person was not really believing that you would maybe one day leave. So there is this fear of abandonment that they have. They're very codependent here. Okay, let's get some... Do I want to get any more? Let's see, what else should we get to close it out? Bear with me here, you guys. Let's see. What do I want to use? You know what? Let's pull from a different tarot deck, just one card, and see what the advice is. Let's see if we can get a card of advice for you guys. One card of advice with the tarot for the collective. What is the advice here for the collective? Oh my gosh, the 4 of Wands in reverse. Oh, I had the deck upside down. My bad. 4 of Wands. There's that 4 of Wands we see here, okay? It's in reverse. So I feel like the advice is to let go of whatever partnership you had here. Whatever you felt like was your happily ever after, your happy ending, you've got to release it. You've got to disconnect altogether from it. You're going to find the 4 of Wands in a different direction here. Let's get one more. Is it still upside down? Yes, it is. Let me turn it around. One more card of advice here, please. And the 4 of Wands can also talk about a reunion, a reconciliation, and the fact that that's in reverse tells me you're not willing to go back. 9 of Cups, there's that wish fulfillment. You're sitting in the 9 of Cups, Pisces energy. You're taking your heart first, okay? This is you putting your self-needs, your emotions first, okay? This is what you need to do. You need to embrace all the things that you've been ignoring about your love, about your heart, being aloof to love because you're afraid to trust someone. You might get someone like this again. This is telling you to trust in your wish fulfillments that are coming forward. Wow. We've got the Hermit again. Wow. Virgo, and the Wheel of Fortune. There's that positive shift. There's that positive shift. You have an Emperor coming in, okay? Aries energy. With the Wheel of Fortune, this is divinely timed. This is your fate. This is something moving in a positive direction because you've been thinking about something very spiritually. You've been trusting your intuition in that hermit mode. So your advice here is just to continue down the path that you're on. Okay, don't accept a reconciliation. I feel like it's not a genuine, even if it's genuine, it's not going to be in your favor. I feel like the main thing here is you need to love yourself first. You need to invest in your own heart and get back out there. You're meeting someone new. So I hope that helped you guys. I will see you soon. If you liked that message, please do give it a thumbs up, and I'll see you guys soon. Take care.